Hi YouTube, and welcome to my inaugural video. I will try to keep this video short, say 5 to 10 minutes. So to start, I'd like to take a look at the July 2017 Watchtower study article, Seeking Riches That Are True. In paragraph 2, it says, in part, unlike the complete separation that God's people maintain from politics and false religion, most cannot separate themselves completely from the commercial part of Satan's world. Well, to me this is both a lie and an asinine statement. It is a lie because the Watchtower was a NGO, a non-governmental organisation with the United Nations for 10 years during the 1990s. There is ample evidence for this. They have many shares in companies that make military hardware for the US Armed Forces, of which there is also evidence. But the statement is asinine also, because it says most cannot separate themselves completely from the commercial part of Satan's world. The only people on earth who live outside the current commercial system are those in remote African tribes or Amazonian tribes who are purely hunter-gatherers. The Watchtower is deeply involved in the commercial system of things by selling publications or by having people donate money to them for these publications, same thing, and by buying and selling property, and by the previously mentioned trading of shares. Paragraph 3 asks some questions. How can I use my material possessions to show faithfulness to God? How can I minimise involvement with the commercial world? And what experiences show that God's people fully trust in Him in this challenging environment? Well, paragraphs 4 and 5 look at the unrighteous steward and Luke chapter 16 verses 1 through 9. Paragraph 7 ends with the question of how we can prove ourselves faithful to the riches that we obtain. Now in paragraph 8 it says that an obvious way to prove ourselves faithful with our material things is by contributing financially to the worldwide preaching work that Jesus foretold would take place. Well, these days, much of the money that is donated to the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society goes actually to pay out the victims of child abuse. Now, many of these court-based payouts have a gag order on them, so that the public and the Watchtower members can never find out exactly how much money was paid out, and therefore also no publicity either against the Watchtower. So, instead of accepting all this money for the worldwide work, how about Watchtower helping the homeless with food, clothing and shelter? No, the Watchtower is well known for only helping those who are under its control. They have no charities that administer to people in the world generally. And all the examples given in this article are Watchtower members helping other Watchtower members. So, paragraph 13, jumping ahead a little bit here now. Paragraph 13 under the subheading Minimal Involvement in the Commercial Business of Life. This paragraph tells us to minimise our involvement with commercial business of life. Now, for the first time, when I read this, it struck me why the Watchtower Society is so anti-commercial. If we work hard to improve our lifestyle with a higher education, buying a house or a car, things like that, all of those things will usually entail debt. So the paragraph says that some decisions could keep us in financial bondage for years. Huge home mortgages, lingering student loans, expensive car payments, even extravagant weddings can result in great financial pressure. We demonstrate practical wisdom when we simplify our life and reduce debt and expenses, setting ourselves free to slave for God, read Watchtower Society, rather than for today's commercial system. So, if we strive to improve our life, there will be less money for the Watchtower Society because we will have to pay off our debts that we have accrued to improve our lot in life. Paragraph 16 talks about when riches fail, and it mentions when banks and economic systems collapse. Well, I personally have seen documents that show that the Watchtower has invested in hedge funds, which are designed to protect the investor when such collapses occur. If nothing else, this article is both hypocritical and deceitful. There is more in here that one could get out of it, but that's probably the highlights. And that will do for now. And until next time, bye for now.